Dave Portnoy slams Ryan Clark for non-player dig at Peter Schrager. So even on the first Monday of the NFL season, Ryan Clark's attempt to discredit Peter Schrager as an NFL analyst because he isn't a former player is still attracting plenty of attention. Yes, it is. That included on Monday's episode of Wake Up Barstool, in which Dave Portnoy took aim at the former Pittsburgh Steelers safety. Let's continue. Portnoy's comments on Barstool Sports' daily FS1 morning show came during a conversation about the Buffalo Bills' comeback victory over the Ravens. We get it. Let's get to this. That, of course, is a big debate. Quote, Ryan Clark went after Peter Schrager from ESPN, Portnoy said. They got into a debate about a game, and Ryan Clark, who's one of the all-time jerks in the history of mankind, he is a race baiter. You can say that. I don't know if we can say this. He is. The only time he's in the news is when he's picking fights and then apologizing. But he yelled at Peter Schrager, basically saying, hey, shut up. You didn't play football. You can't talk. I've never understood that. Like, I get playing the game, but there's a lot of morons who play the game. There are a lot of bad GMs who play football. There are a lot of bad coaches who play football. Watching football, being around sports. So I appreciate you, Jay Will, saying you didn't have to play the game. Certainly not to have an opinion. Blah, blah, blah. Ooh, it's getting real out here. Ryan Clark, duck. Ricky! Ryan! I'm telling you, the big dogs involved with this now. Ryan Clark is going to get caught up in the wash in the superpower battle, and I don't even think he sees this. Certainly he didn't sign up for this, so let me break that down for you real quick. Ryan Clark is fighting battles on multiple levels. He can't win any of them. Why? Well, the first one is pretty obvious. Use Ryan Clark against Ryan Clark. You saying that non-players don't have the same right or opinion, or that a former player automatically trumps that opinion in conversation when we know that ain't real. Even the former player in me is like, man, that's some BS. I can use Ryan Clark against Ryan Clark. You trying to tell me Mike Tomlin never coached you, never broke stuff down to you? You trying to tell me that Stephen A. Smith and you don't always engage in this verbal combat and you respect his opinion? Oh, you after Monday Night Football games with Scott Van Pelt, y'all not breaking it down and you ain't respecting his opinion? Never saw you play that card with them. So it was something about Peter Schrager that threatened you, triggered you, whatever it is, you just don't respect the man. Whatever it is, you played that card and you know why you did it. Now, it came out in your actions, not necessarily your words. You're probably never going to speak on that. That said, let me just tell you the other level of this battle that's even more interesting is that Dave Portnoy, who works at now FS1 in a licensing deal, owner of Barstool Sports, sends a shot over there at Ryan Clark, ESPN, saying, hey, big dog, know what you up to. Know how you create that content, the race bait and all that BS. You're a jerk, etc. All the stuff he said. And this is a superpower battle, right? So Ryan Clark sitting there, employee of ESPN, with a knife, not at a gunfight, but now at a drone battle. Let me tell you why. Because Dave Portnoy, with his licensing deal, is one of the big dogs over there. He's a wild card, let's call him. Pat McAfee also has that same play at ESPN. But Pat McAfee ain't going to be the wild card for ESPN and shoot back or defend Ryan Clark or do any of that super tough stuff for ESPN. Why? Because he's had his own internal battles. He had his own civil war with those guys over there in the suits, etc., right? So now he like, I'm a wild card, but I ain't here for y'all in that same respect. Where Dave Portnoy is putting FS1 on his back, say, I will ride on anybody for you. So that dynamic you don't want to get washed up in. So there's only one other person who has that wild card, and it's Stephen A. Smith. And he was smart enough to use his leverage for resources outside of ESPN so he could get the other shows that he has. And he flexes outside on his show and his other shows Inside there, y'all call him company man, but Stephen A. like, look, I'm doing my job, getting paid handsomely, so I could do other things elsewhere. I'm not going to mess up where I lay. You know what I'm saying? So now, if you Ryan Clark, who we all see has the aspirations to be Stephen A. Smith or the big dog there, you ain't got that artillery. You ain't got that ammunition to fight against the Dave Portnoy, and Pat McAfee ain't got your back like that, and that's the way it's going to play. So in this situation, when the big dogs start speaking, what happens is behind the scenes, two things. One, they got love for Peter Schrager. You know that, right? They just brought him over from Fox, new acquisition, new talent. He already on the big shows. They believe in him, and everybody likes him. You take a shot at him, that ain't gonna wear well. But more importantly, it's gonna get real noisy if the other wild cards out there, and there are only a few, are pointing at you. Now, we know that Ryan Clark in his last deal, he had to make the episode and the video about him openly having those negotiations with ESPN. Let's just say that they don't like that. We learned that from the Jerry Jones, Michael Parsons situation, for those who didn't know. I've been knowing this, though. They don't like that. You need us to employ you, but you also want to call us out. Okay. So there are whispers that Ryan Clark, just telling you what the birds are singing, there are whispers that, all right, enough's enough. At the end of the season, it's gone. That's what I've heard. Or very soon. They usually let the deal run out. And I think the deal does run out because he signed like last year, February, 2-year deal. It'll be right after the Super Bowl. 3-year deal, another year. Point being, this didn't go well for Ryan Clark on many levels. Now, there were other elements to this that was interesting too, right? The elements of like, wow, calling Ryan Clark a race baiter from Dave Portnoy. It's different than when I say it, huh? Y'all looking at me like, don't be calling him a race baiter. They ain't even words that black people use. Okay, well, Dave Portnoy said it now. How you feel about that? Beat it up in the comments. Let me tell you how I felt about it. I ain't feel nothing from it because it is real. In this situation, I don't know why Ryan Clark wanted to hit that button to blow up that spot in that way that was so hypocritical, and it contradicts not only things that he has said, but it also contradicts his actions. It's something deeper there between him, his opportunity, this is what I'm talking about, and Peter Schrager. I think Ryan Clark is starting to feel the squeeze. So he's going to go out guns a-blazing. Here's the problem. You got a gun at a drone battle. So beat it up in the comments. Tell me what you think. This one, just mark it. You know, if you ever watch a game and then it'd be like in the middle of the third quarter and you'd be like, ooh, and the announcers be like, oh, that could be a pivotal play that changes everything. Mark this. This is tough. Y'all know me. I tell the truth too early, so hopefully this works out well for all parties involved because Ryan Clark right now, you're in the crossfire with weapons you ain't got. An employee at ESPN is not the same as two guys with licensing deals at ESPN and another guy, Stephen A. Smith, who don't even want this type of smoke because he said, I'm blowing big way over there. Tough place to be in if you're Ryan Clark. Beat it up in the comments. Oh, and if y'all want to know about the whole Peter Schrager and all that conversation, I already did that video. Y'all can check it out. So now, you know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But before we flow, boy, we check in on your blood flow, boy. So have you guys used this product, Vinia, yet? Oh, you haven't? So now, you know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But before we flow, boy, we check in on your blood flow, boy. So have you used Vinia yet? Come on, the QR code, click it right now and use the code Marcellus10 for 10% off. Go to vinia.com/Marcellus for the best product on the market, the Daily Choose 2X formula. Come on, family, rock with me here, keeping it real. The energy that y'all using from sugar and caffeine ain't it. It's about Vinia and blood flow. So when your circulation is strong, your body moves oxygen and nutrients where they need to go, to your brain, to your heart, to your muscles, everywhere. And that's what Vinia does. It's made from red grape cell powder that helps your body naturally produce more nitric oxide. That means your arteries open up, you feel better, you flow better, you have more energy, you're more alert, you're more focused, and you can go. I rock with it every single day. Whether I'm in the gym, doing my hikes, checking my itty bitties, taking them around town, whatever it is, it helps me with my heart, my brain power, and steady energy all day long. So stop faking it, y'all, with the sugar and the caffeine. Miss me. Feel it and fuel your grind with Vinia. Use my code Marcellus10 for 10% off. Bwah, 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 bwah. So now, you know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. Oh, one of my favorites right here. Out of This World is called Galactica. Yeah, let's go get that thing, boy. Let's flow it on. I hear you out there, Dave Portnoy, talking slick, stirring that pot, calling Ryan Clark a race baiter. Take his shot. Pow! Said the only time he trend on the feed when he beefing or complaining, planting that seed. Clark yelling loud like he breaking the mold, but he worked for the mouse. doing what he told. Had to beg the suits just to up that pay. Now he flexing like a boss, but he rents the stage. Portnoy laughing, sipping whiskey on cam. Clark only pop when he calls a jam. Trying to fight ESPN with no armor, no gun. It's like boxing your landlord when you late on the rent, son. He wanna be McAfee, Stephen A, that flex. Still punching clocks, getting checks off text. ESPN don't crown him, they just let him talk wild. Like a babysitter smiling at a crazy ass child. Portnoy see the angle slide in with a grin, saying Clark's just a puppet, he ain't built to win. Cause when the contract's over and them suits don't call, the only thing left is IG lives in the hall. Ooh. Clark swinging hard, bosses duck, cause you can't beat the house when they own the truck. The fight look funny like a meme on loop. Clark barking at the sky while he tied to the stoop. Ooh, the internet watch, laughing like clowns. One side independent, the other playing brown. Portnoy trolling, yeah, he got that heat, while Clark got a tweet before he brushed his teeth. Portnoy shade Clark losing that bout. Boss fighting employee, the math don't count. ESPN Chains running that show. It's like beefing with the chef when he cooking your dough. Damn, it's getting real out here. I warned you. I try to tell you. I ain't mad at you. Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcellus Wiley, in making a real impact through Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real opportunities. Your donation doesn't just enter you to win unforgettable prizes and exclusive experiences with myself and other gym members. It fuels our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, dreamers, and game changers. From after-school programs, life skills camps, and career development, every dollar helps unlock potential where it's needed most, and where every person makes a world of difference. Give back, win big, be the difference, be greater than your greatest excuse. Support Project Transition today. Become a gym member and help turn obstacles into opportunities. All right, y'all, let me put you on to something that's part of my daily routine now. Vinia, not a powder, not a pill. It's the twice daily chews, and yeah, they taste good too. I used to force down beet juice before games just to get my blood flow going. Hated the taste, hated the mess. Vinia, way better benefits, way better experience. This is a real blood flow product, clinically proven to dilate your arteries and help your blood flow naturally produce nitric oxide. Vinia actually retrains your cells to unlock more of it the way your body's supposed to. Bruh, that's pie seed resveratrol at work. Consistent, efficient, powerful. Whether I'm in the studio, running around with my itty bitties, or battling on a pickleball court, I want to stay sharp and in rhythm. Vinia helps me get there. It's plant-based. No stimulants, no crash, no jitters, no banned substances, no junk. It's Informed Sports certified. Just something that actually delivers. So if you're trying to show up every day at your best, skip the beet juice. Go with Vinia. Blood flow energy that shows up for you. Link in description, vinia.com/Marcellus. Discount code Marcellus10 for a 10% discount. Wow. It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here. Because I believe the purpose.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so